Welcome back to St Anne's here in Higher Openshaw. What I would like to do today is to just put out a podcast which was recorded the day before yesterday on an art trip to Event City in Manchester. And before I begin with playing it, I'd just like to apologise for there are various qualities of recording. I actually took two different digital handsets with me. One was great, and the other one, the small one that I used in the Event City itself, was a bit risky. So you will notice a huge difference in the quality. So for the time being, I'd like to now play you what was recorded at Event City.
Well, today our art class are going to Event City at Manchester for an annual art show that's put on by the SAA, the Society for All Artists. Last year was a fantastic success, if you remember. In fact, I think there are still some photographs on the website from last year, especially the painting session that we had with Mr. Palmer, one of Britain's great watercolour artists. Today they have arranged it so that there is a huge craft event on at the same time, and I am now stuck. In fact, I'm actually in the car park, but the traffic has just been horrific, and it's just been one of those things that I'm just being waved in now. So at last I've arrived. I've now about a 10-minute walk to the actual craft city itself, so I will report back again in just about 5 or 10 minutes time. So I finally managed to get into the craft show, and it's absolutely heaving.
I must apologise for the lack of quality on this recording. I've had to come and try and find a quiet place where I'm out of the mayhem of the main auditorium. It's absolutely heaving in there. As I said, I can't believe that they've put one of the biggest art fairs in the country alongside... Hang on a second. Somebody just opened a door there. As I was saying, I can't believe they've put it alongside one of the biggest craft fairs in the country. From the motorway to Event City, which in the car normally takes about 5 minutes, actually took me about 45 minutes. People were getting really irate because the roads were just completely jammed. So I am trying to now make my way through this enormous craft fair, because I can see right at the back of the fair there is another entry into what I'm hoping will be the art fair. So I know there are various classes going on in there which I'm hoping to take part in, but I don't know how noisy it will be in there, so I just thought while I found this little quiet corner I'd report back. So for the time being, I'll see how I get on. I'll be back in a few minutes.
So I've just had a pastel session with Jeremy Ford. What I'll do is I'll put the painting that I've done up on the website so that you can have a look at it. There are various members of our art class here. I'm now in the hall, the painting side of the hall, which it's busy enough, but it's nothing like next door in the craft centre. So for what I'll do is I'm hoping to take a few photographs along the way, and I'll put all of those up on the website for people to have a look in and have a see what we've been up to. There are plenty of demonstrations. The next one is in about 20 minutes time, so I'm hoping to get booked into one of those so that again we can take stuff and put it up on the web. So until then.
Well, it must be said that I think the fair once again this year has been an enormous success. The first time it happened at Event City was last year. Normally it's based in London, and it was their first branching out to the north of England, so it was great to see so many people there. Like all things, I suppose, it's it's a time for being fleeced. There's tons of stuff, paper, pads, there's all kinds of things to be bought, paints, brushes of every kind you can think of. But I've enjoyed the 2 hours that I've been there. The fair actually goes on all afternoon, and I think it's going to actually get even more busier than it was when I was there. So I've had enough, and I'm heading off home. Like I said, I will put, there's a couple of, there's a photograph and maybe a painting or two that I will photograph and get that put onto the website. I'll put it on the news banner, I think, rather than the banner for the art class, so that people can see when they're passing by what we've been up to. So for the time being, this is me signing off. What I probably will do is give a bit of an introduction when I get home, and we'll see how we get on. So, from the SAA Art Fair, it's goodbye for now.